Alright, and so in the second part of this tarantula feeding or maintenance video, I wanted to get a couple of those in that we rarely ever get to get a view of, but since they're out, I thought I would start with those. Beginning with this one, this is my Grammostola pulchra, the Brazilian black. This tarantula molted about a week ago, so this will be the first post-molt feeding of this tarantula, if we can get it to a takedown. This is one of those that spends a lot of time in its hide, but when no one's around, is out quite a bit. Until you move its enclosure, whatever, and then it realizes you're there, and then it just runs and hides, and you don't see much of it. This one is also has a good feeding response and takedown, but we rarely ever get to see it, because this thing is so skittish. So you can see its legs down there. It senses the roach is there, but at the same time, it's not making aggressive movements towards it. Oh, wait a minute. Steer the roach back the other direction. Let's see what we get here. This is one I'm super excited to have as well. This one is touted as the black lab of tarantulas because they get big and furry and black, and they're so calm and so sweet. They're highly desirable in the hobby, and I was lucky to get my hands on one. I just haven't been very lucky in getting feeding clips of this guy because it's so skittish. It's not very easy to get feedings of any kind with it. It generally takes down its prey off camera. So, it may be the case again here tonight. Before this thing molted, it was probably 1.5 inches, and I bet you it's 2 inches now. So, oh, there we go. That's what we were waiting on. Look at those fangs go. Yes. Very awesome. As I was saying, this guy was probably 1.5 inches, 1.75 inches before the last molt. And it's probably a good 2 inches now. It's not well known that these guys are slow growers, but this one's been growing at a pretty steady rate, which tells me it may be a male, which is unfortunate, but because this species is so sought after, I'm sure there's very few people out there breeding them. So if I can find those people and contribute males and then put back into the hobby, then so be it. That's what I'm trying to do with my GBB Augie. I've got a couple of breeders that are pretty successful in GBB egg sacs, and I want to send my mature male Babhypelma pubescens to them to continue the legacy. There you go, guys. There's an up close look at my G. pulchra and its fangs, and the ill-fated prey in its mouth. I can't wait till this guy gets big. Cool, let's move on to the next one. Alright, so here's another one we rarely get a look at that is one of my favorite tarantula slings. And my favorite tarantula species, especially old worlds. If you don't recognize it by now, this is the Harpyctera pulchripes, the golden blue leg baboon. In my opinion, one of the most beautiful tarantulas in the hobby. You can see that one ran from the first offer of food, and now it's not making any kind of effort toward the food. In fact, it's trying to get away from it. And if we were to show the abdomen, it looks as well. Nice plump abdomen. It's kind of dark. Looks as though this one may be getting ready to molt here pretty soon too, which I'm hoping for. This is the only tarantula I have that I'm rooting for it to be a male, because I already have a beautiful female of this species. If you're not super new to my channel, then you already know that. So that has been the Harpactura porcupine sling. I'm hoping is a male. Breeding project in the future. Fingers crossed, guys. Pray for me. Let's find another tarantula to feed. I go to take a pee and I come back and this guy is out showing itself off to us. Now you know why I love this species so much, guys. They are like the jewel. One of the jewels of the tarantula hobby. I love them. Again, guys, fingers crossed that this is a male, because I got a breeding project in mind. What a beautiful tarantula. Alright, so here we go with the very next tarantula that needs to be fed. Not guaranteeing that it's going to do a takedown, because this is one of several of a genus that I have that are notorious for having some hiatuses in action, especially when they go into pre-molts and they grow slowly and things like that. This is a Babhypelma species here, one of my favorite Babhypelma so far, although I don't know very much about them up to this point. This is the Babhypelma albiceps, the Mexican golden red rump. It's one of the more beautiful Babhypelma species in my opinion. I cannot get a hold of this damn roach, so I'm trying to stall you guys. I don't know why I'm worried about it, because this thing is not going to react to the food. But the B. albiceps is one of my favorites as far as beauty goes. Although the red knee and the flame knee are pretty gorgeous as well. Let's put a roach in here and probably not see anything. This is one of those that has not eaten in quite a while, and as you can see, this is its typical response to food. That's the bummer about some of these New World species like the Babhypelmas, the Grammostolas, the Aphonopelmas, as they're slow growers and they're not, a lot of times, voracious feeders. Now, when they are hungry, they give you great takedowns, but if they're not hungry, this is what you get. So, let me get a couple more of my tarantulas, and if nothing else, give you a good look at them.